What's the best way to celebrate the 4th of July? With some gay yeehaw shit.
America.
Welcome back to a special Steve Universe review on the Roundtable. I'm Oscar Fox.
I'm Retro Emo.
My name is Tom.
And we're here to talk about the episode, The Question. And what an episode this was.
Yeah, honestly.
Ian JQ tweeted that Rebecca pitched the idea for this episode before the series even began production. This was an episode years in the making. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off, as these episodes have been doing. And they find Ruby. Steven talks to Ruby about everything. And we also find out that Greg has a very casual reaction to Rose.
Oh my god, that made me so mad. He's like,
why?
Oh, it's whatever, like, no! And then he said, your mother. He didn't say the woman I conceived you with. He said, your mother, like some divorced parents stuff.
No, he was really cool about it. He was like,
I know!
He was like, I didn't tell her I was Greg DeMeo.
But it doesn't mean it's how it works when you're a musician, Greg!
Well, why didn't he?
Yeah.
Right?
No, but that's the thing. It's like, you really have a reason to hide it.
I guess, and you know what? He doesn't understand gem stuff, so he's probably like, just a different type of alien. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is just a different flavor of ice cream.
So I guess I can understand why he's so casual, but dude.
No, yeah, I really liked his reaction to it. Like, he was just really based about it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
him and Ruby were on that mountaintop alone for a while. You don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, I mean like some like, you know. Like...
No, exactly. No, I'm just imagining like Steven comes and Greg and Ruby have a blunt. He's like, it's okay, Stuball.
or just
but
like...
they don't have this on Homeworld.
Or I guess it's true.
Or it's dropped acid. He's like, Subal, when did you get wings?
Steven, grab my keys. Steven.
No wonder you got up here so fast.
What was really important about this episode is that Ruby decided that she wanted to be independent and come to the conclusion of reforming Garnet on her own, and that's really important, especially for long-term relationships. It's,
definitely.
You know, the message there is just it's okay to have breaks from each other. It's healthy to have breaks from each other and just regrouping and ready. Not breaking up necessarily, but just taking some time for yourself, finding who you are. Because I feel as if with a lot of relationships, it's like after a while, you know, they kind of become the same person. I mean, that's what Garnet is, becoming the same person after a while in a relationship. And you gotta remind yourself to be your own you and remind yourself why you want to be in this relationship, why you love somebody. And it was also a really fun and goofy episode, and I actually like that. I know a lot of people, you know, they just want like serious stuff, they want plot stuff, but this is what we need. This is what Ruby needed. I like the fact that she became a cowboy, and like, yeah, it was, again, really silly, but it goes hand in hand with Sapphire said last episode about Ruby being spontaneous.
I mean, this is a kid's show. They're gonna do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they have to keep the kids entertained.
The Incredibles 2 director just busts through his kid show!
I'll have you know.
I don't know. I honestly, respectfully disagree with you. It didn't have to be completely serious. The cowboy thing got really annoying to me, and I don't like country music or like the southern aesthetic at all.
I really liked Ruby Rider just
No,
because
I
it was
didn't
so
like Ruby
silly.
Rider. I don't know. All of it was like, and then she kept saying like, yeehaw, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it was like kind of cringy.
No,
I thought it was
I
funny.
definitely
You thought it was
understand where you're
funny?
coming from.
I thought it was like a parody.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe
how
I
on
didn't see it,
people,
yeah.
how on Twitter, like, people, like, be like, oh, this is some cute yeehaw shit.
Yeah, I mean, and, like, you're not wrong for disliking the episode, because it's not everybody's going to. But I feel like for who Ruby is as a character, this was very in line with her personality. And it definitely fleshed Ruby out, because Ruby was always someone who is kind of like just comedic relief. And, oh, she always gets angry, but for once she took on just calm down and really think for herself. Which she said she's never really done before. She's never taken the time to really think for herself. And it's just a really real episode because those things ring true in the real world.
And it makes a lot of sense in terms of like her character and everything. Like for her to be so spontaneous in this episode. Like I see where they were going with it. I just wish it wasn't so centered on the cowboy part.
Yeehaw.
So can we talk about Horse Amethyst? I love Horse Amethyst.
Like she had like a transformation.
That transformation sequence was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mickey Brewster storyboarded that just because she storyboarded like the rest of the scene. Like I recognized her like the way she draws eyes, but people are saying maybe it was also Jeff who storyboarded that. Either way, it was amazing, and the direction in this episode, the storyboarding was top notch. It was a Sunman episode. You know, we had 2 episodes in a row, which was kind of, well, rough.
The first one wasn't.
Yeah, Now We're Only Falling Apart was good, but What's Your Problem? It was like, all right, back to our bullshit.
I want to take a moment to say, like, Ruby's voice actor was casted so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine a different voice for Ruby.
Yeah, a lot of people rag on Ruby's voice or like her singing. Like, that's completely intentional.
I feel like it would be too obvious if Ruby was just like a low gruff voice or something. But they found a way to make it like the
high
perfect,
pitched, but like
yeah.
the like
feminine but still
yeah.
like fitting.
Yeah, it was perfect, and she's so like. I'm sorry, who's the voice actress? Do you know?
Charlene Yai?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm so sorry if you're watching. If you ever find this somehow.
I'll just say her voice actress did an amazing job.
Yeah. Something else, a little detail that I really appreciate in these episodes is that whenever Ruby and Sapphire are apart, they hold on to their other hand where their gemstone would be if they were garnet. And we saw that especially with Ruby when she was talking about like, I had fun today, but I was thinking how much more fun I would have if I was with Sapphire holding on to the other side of her hand where Sapphire's gemstone would be. That was really like pulling at the heartstrings moment.
I like the lessons this week.
Yeah.
Like the lesson that like, hey, you need space in relationships. Because like that's something especially in young relationships is people are like, oh my god, I need to be with you all the time. And it's like, no, you got you gotta live your life. Like you can't just have your life be your relationship. You have to actually go and establish yourself and do all the other stuff and like spend time away from each other so you're better for each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Just kidding. No, I definitely agree. Steven Universe has always been great at teaching lessons about relationships, and I don't think it's even really ever touched on like this specific one, like not as in depth as it has now. And I think like Garnet as a character is all about two people like being together. Like that's who she is two people always together. So to explore what they're like apart in a relationship sense just makes a lot of it turned out really good.
Also, there was a scene of Ruby fighting a snake.
Okay, shut up. No.
Party guy and Gymcation? Snake here? Steeple? When will people accept that I'm
Party
right?
guy, no.
Okay, I'm mad we didn't get to see them fuse. I was ready to see them fuse.
No, because that's gonna happen at the wedding.
The next crystal clear is gonna be, is Onion party guy?
Onion has a pet snake, like, wake up people.
I'm glad they didn't stretch it out, like, Ruby realizes that she wants to be Garnet, and then Sapphire, like, found another guy when she gets back to them, and they just like, keep going.
I'm just imagining,
like,
like, they get back to the temple and Sapphire just holding, like, Jamie's hand.
No,
Like
she's
some
just like,
Zoe 101 shit, where like,
it's just like some random surfer dude. It's like, oh, this is Sam. He likes longboarding. And nachos.
he has a gem too, and he just pulls out a jewel.
Let's talk about that proposal scene. So, Ruby goes back to the temple. She's on her horse. Like, this is like the proposal to end all proposals. Like, screw proposing in Disneyland. Like, that's cliche. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Shit, that's what every girl wants. It's just like their lesbian lover coming up on a horse over the
Yeah,
horizon.
Ruby came on a horse. She still had the country accent.
Yeah.
Sapphire came out. She was like, "We were told that we were the answer, but I don't believe that unless you tell me we are." Then she gets down on one knee. She didn't even have a ring. How do you nail a proposal without a ring?
Yeah.
Ruby did that.
Well, like-
She did that.
Doesn't it be weird to propose to propose with like a rock, like as a gem?
She just like
Wouldn't that
rips it out of her hand.
be- Yeah, like that'd be like weird. It's like
But no, yeah, then she's just like, "Will you marry me?" And then you just could just feel every viewer in the world at the same time just going, "Oh."
Dude, no, like it's when they hugged is when I got it. Like when she like pulled tight, I was like,
Yeah, and then
"Ooh."
she like threw her up, and I was like, "Yeah."
My heart melted. Though I'm not gonna lie, when she threw off the cowboy hat, I'm like, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Well, you're afraid like Garnet's gonna swear a cowboy hat for us this series?
No, yeah, I was worried she'd be
Cowboy
like,
Garnet.
I was worried she'd get down on one knee and she'd be like, wanna walk into my sunset or like something that like ruin the whole scene.
No, I just want to take that entire scene, put a big green tractor over it.
Yeah.
She's just like, you wanna go hoe some hay? I don't know a farmer suit.
Rebecca Sugar went to faster horses one time.
No one's gonna get that joke unless they're from here.
I also really enjoyed the music in this episode. There were a lot of callbacks. Reconciliation from Keystone Motel when Ruby and Sapphire made up. That was playing when Ruby was talking about how she keeps thinking about Sapphire and that she just wants to be with her. Obviously, Stronger Than You had a little
like overture.
Yeah, overture version playing when Ruby proposed to Sapphire, throwing her up in the air. That was so good. And I'm sure there were other things we're missing, but it was great.
Now Amethyst is a horse now.
Yeah, I'm a horse.
That was funny.
It was just a really great. The character dynamics, the interactions were really solid. It again, like I feel like these episodes have been really simple, but effective.
That's so true. And they're like doing more than most episodes do for the show.
Despite being simple.
Despite being simple.
It's so weird having a character that just doesn't exist under certain circumstances.
Oh, Garnet?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't fuse, that person's just gone. You can't say goodbye.
Like it's weird. It feels off.
I feel like before Ruby and Sapphire episodes, they would focus on Ruby and Sapphire, not really develop Garnet. And for the longest time, I've been pushing for a Garnet arc, and I feel like with these episodes, we have gotten a Garnet arc despite her not being there.
Yeah.
Because she's the catalyst of,
Right.
basically, she revolutionized the Crystal Gems into what their current state. The Crystal Gems went from an idea, a scare tactic to scare Homeworld off of Earth, to an actual rebellion, they actually stood for something because of Garnet. And with this episode, I feel as if the changes Ruby and Sapphire have gone through will change Garnet now as well. I feel like Garnet will ask questions now because she never asked questions because Ro told her to never ask a question. So she never questioned anything in her entire life. She just took everything at face value. And I feel like with Sapphire, she took her future vision at face value. But as of now we're only falling apart, she realized that her future vision is only one side of a story. It's only one perception. And going forward, I'm really excited to see how Garnet's gonna act going forward because I feel like she'll be a lot more curious, a lot more aware of the world around her, and I feel like we have a better understanding now of why she's the leader of Crystal Gems because she changed the Crystal Gems so radically. It was always kind of weird as to why it was Garnet and not Pearl when Pearl was Rose's right-hand woman. Literally her Pearl, literally her servant.
Yeah.
And like also her mentor, but I feel like all the pieces are falling into place now, and I'm just so excited to see what happens next. Looks like next up we're gonna get business back because next episode's called Maid of Honor. Wedding Maid of Honor, but it's spelled like maid, like Maid of Love.
Right.
So I'm really excited. It feels like a lot of these plot points are wrapping up now in the way where the show's ending, just so they can shift into a new direction.
And then a new chapter.
Yeah, and I feel as if ultimately all these episodes have been about everything that makes a family strong, because Crystal Gems are a family. And with the return of Bismuth, I think we're gonna see the Crystal Gems come full circle into a family, like a resolved family, like a complete family. Because Bismuth is a Crystal Gem, so she is part of the family, but she's been bubbled away because of Rose's mistakes or actions. I'm just really excited. I'm really just in love with the show right now. I can't wait to see what happens next.
I've never been more ready for another episode.
Yeah, and I feel like all those episodes have given us that feeling.
Yeah.
And they've all flown by. None of them have felt like 11 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like they felt like half of that at most. And like as soon as What's Your Problem started to drag on, it ended. So like this arc, I especially think when people are watching the series and they watch it all as a whole, it's gonna flow so nicely. I know a lot of people are worried about the pacing. I was too, but now I'm just kind of like because I think since we know about the Diamond Attack, that's what makes us worried about the pacing. Like, are you gonna fit everything in? But I think we should just not worry about that because the Crewniverse knows what they're doing at this point.
Yeah.
And
We aren't supposed to know about the Diamond Attack.
yeah, that was just their advertising tactic.
Yeah.
But like I said, like even if this episode didn't, hit home with everybody, that proposal scene had to if you're invested with the show and all these characters, you've been watching from the beginning, that wedding scene or that proposal scene had to hit you. Yeah. Because we've known these characters for years. Like we've known Ruby and Sapphire for 3 years. And they weren't married. They were fused but not married. So having these characters that, have been essentially, it's like when you know these friends who have been dating for years and they're finally getting married. It's just a lot to take. It's very emotional. It's very emotional. And I love it. I can't wait for the actual wedding. Like I feel like we got invited to I feel like Friday I should be dressing up in a suit. I feel like I need to walk in this office wearing a suit and tie. But as always, these were our thoughts on the episodes, and we want to hear yours, including your thoughts on Stardust. So let's hear some of your reactions.
Nah, I needed a day to recover from last night's episode. I was in tears because of how beautiful it was. I knew it was coming as soon as she just kneeled on the floor, but damn, I was so giddy with enjoyment. I can't wait for the next episode. Dude, the wedding's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. Alright.
This reaction is for What's Your Problem and for the question. And for the What's Your Problem, I love seeing Amethyst show real true emotion, and I love the moment when Steven said that she was the most mature Crystal Gem, because at this point in time she really is. And for the question, I love seeing Ruby by herself. She's so cute and so independent and just so fiery. But the moment when she proposed to Sapphire was the epitome of adorable, and I just cannot wait to see them get married. It's gonna be amazing.
We all saw this coming, but I'm so happy. I was legit scared for 5 minutes, even though we all saw it coming, and my actual gun here. Oh my gosh, I'm just on a high right now, and Ruby's song was so cute, and I can't wait for the wedding. Oh my gosh. Ah!
Oh my god! I just finished watching The Question. That was actually the best episode I have ever seen. Oh, I loved the song Ruby sang. I knew she wasn't over Sapphire, but I love the idea of marriage. Like, they can be together even if they're not together. I really hope that means they're apart for just to be apart, you know? Sometimes you gotta take a break. Oh, my heart.
Again, link to Stardust in the description, and you can leave your thoughts in the comments below or tweet directly to us at @Thoughts.
And it's Richard Nemo.
And at TommyPQM.
Or at Roundtable Vids on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to help the Roundtable Girls, support us on Patreon. Get access to exclusive perks and have your name featured at the end of the video like all these beautiful, wonderful people. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications, stay in the loop with all things Steven. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thoughts.
Richard Nemo.
And Tom.
Signing out.